Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. Today I have another really cool baby project. So I've been thinking of gift ideas, but this can of course be for yourself or even for your own baby if you have one. So yeah, we're making a growing blanket and I decided to do a leaf shape. You can of course do this in any way you like. So this is highly customizable and I'll explain the alternatives as I go. So if you'd like to see how you can do this all by yourself, stay tuned. So you won't need much today. You will need some fabric of your choice or multiple fabrics if you wish. Then something to stuff it with, of course, and then your scissors, fabric scissors, and some pins. So the shape is up to you. You can do whatever you like. I decided to do this leaf shape, but whatever you decide to choose, the method is the same. So you're gonna need two pieces. So one piece for the top side and one for the bottom side. And you can do this out of the same fabric or out of different types of fabric, so whichever way you like. So I prepped my first step, which is doing stitches with the filling fabric onto my inside of the fabric. So that's what you can see here. It gives the blanket a bit of volume, which is what I want, but you can of course go without it too. Here is the outside one, and I'll do another one for the bottom piece of fabric because I want this a bit thicker than what I usually do. The size, of course, is up to you. I wouldn't make it too big, but I would still make it big enough so that your baby can move on top of it. Put the bottom and top fabric on top of each other, and you want it pretty side on pretty side. So this is the beginning of step 2. After you did the filling fabric, if you decided to do that, and now the next step is to just connect all open edges. So if you did a stitch in step 1 like I did, then you want to make sure that you, let me show you, maybe it's going to be easier if I just show you. So here you want to go above it or inside it so that you can hide it on the inside when you turn it then. I recommend pinning this, leave a little opening for turning this inside out, and then you can just follow the shape you cut out and stitch it up. So after the stitching, I shortened the leftover fabric on the outside of the stitch, and in the very corners I did another extra cut almost all the way to the stitch so that the corners look nice when we turn it inside out. And now we can turn this and then we will be almost done. So I turned this and ironed over it to make it look a little bit nicer, and I closed the opening I had by hand. And now you can optionally do another stitch on top all over the edges or really near the edges. That way it's a bit flatter and nicer in the end. But since my fabric is pretty soft and I think pretty thick as it is, I won't do that. But you could even do extra stitches across the fabric if you'd like to emphasize it, or another options would be all kinds of different stuff actually. So you can do squares here on top to make it a bit flatter and more pattern and less fabric. So if you're using plain colored fabric, for example, this would be a good option. So I'll leave this as it is. I think it looks pretty cool for now and I'm actually pretty satisfied, but as I said, you can do this any way you like it, which is why I love such projects. So yeah, it's a really cool idea. This is a cherry themed pattern, but you can of course do whatever you like or whatever you already have at home. So it's also really great for recycling old stuff. You can choose something that has a nice surface, so something that is not super tiny on there, but it's also not super big because the baby can then move on top of it and it won't get rolled in or behave weirdly. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to shoot a thumbs up if you did. You can also subscribe to our channel and that way gain access to more content from us. You can also post suggestions you might have for future videos. I'd love to hear those too. Questions if you might have any, or just comments. And yeah, thanks for watching DIY Ideas. I'll see you in our next project. Until then, have a wonderful day. Bye!